guys, welcome. I'm Chef Kevin, your host of Down and Out with Chef K. I want to thank you so much for so much awesome feedback. The vibe in the studio is amazing. We've got a lot of great sponsors coming in, and it's all because of you. We're going to do something a little different this week on Down and Out with Chef K, where we're going to replay the last week's episode, but we're going to have a contest. That's right, a contest. You'll see a lot of buzz all over Facebook about the contest for Dinner for Two, catered by me, Chef Kevin Nelson. I'm going to do my Chef K Philly cheesesteak quesadillas along with the Down and Out salad. Now, what you have to do is you have to watch the show in order to participate in the contest. In the show, I'm going to have a specific question that you're going to need to answer. All you have to do is call the number on the screen and be caller number 21. Now, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see the show last week, here's just a small clip of who Chef K is as we segue into our first case study. Let me tell you a little bit about Chef K. My culinary career is not like most chefs. I started out actually being a rebellious child. Me and my family had some disagreements, and I ended up running away from home. Started washing dishes at the Jefferson Club. At the Jefferson Club, I noticed I was coming in before the chefs, and then the chefs were actually leaving before I was done with my work. And I took a lot of attraction to that because I seemed to be working so hard and really not making beautiful food as like they were. And I was interested in what I needed to do in order to be in that spot. There was a chef there by the name of Chef Greg. He was a classic French chef. He was good at incorporating his entire kitchen into the workflow. And being a dishwasher, sometimes when we were slow, we would cut vegetables or make soups, or he would have us doing different tasks around the kitchen. And eventually, after watching these chefs not work as hard as I was, in my opinion, and making this wonderful food, I decided to see if I could become a prep cook for the Jefferson Club. So I began prep cooking for the Jefferson Club, and I was looking for, I was always looking for other jobs. I was always looking for the next level. Part of my culinary adventure also took me to a place called Cafe Kilimanjaro's. Was the chef at Cafe Kilimanjaro's. That's where I learned my African Caribbean swag. And the owner there, John Knight, though, he was really good to me. He took a very special liking to me, and he had encouraged me to pursue more education. And so, being the chef, I pursued my education at Jefferson Community College at the time. And they had a wonderful culinary program. It was actually small. It's a small community college, but what was good about this culinary school is they had it was more hands-on because of how small the classes were. And so I also began working at the Hyatt Regency Louisville part-time. And while I was working at the Hyatt and working at Cafe Kilimanjaro's and going to school, I really loved that because I was able to apply what I was learning in the classroom to the actual hotel setting, where in the hotel you have three major outlets. You have your fine dining, you have your banquets, and you have your basic restaurant. So there I worked under a chef by the name of Prevail Cheney. He's also another great man in my life. Hey guys, I got a call from a good friend named Lou, whose dad is a diabetic, and she felt like he'd be a great candidate to be on our show. So let's go ahead and meet Jake now.
My name is Jacob Banks. Life with diabetes is, it's not bad as people think it is, because, I've had it by, I guess, about 15 years. And you just like to learn how to cope with it and how to eat with it. You just can't just eat with anything. All the pastry and thing, I love them. I used to have my coffee and my Long Johns every morning, but I had to learn to give up all that stuff. And once I learned to cope with it, it's not bad, and I'm doing good. I'm on medication. I'm not on insulin. Found out I was a type 2, and I got my children, they're coming up with it too, so they got to watch what they eat. Type 2 is it's the beginning of the worst. The worst is when you got to be put on insulin. And my mother used to be a diabetic, and she was on insulin for 30-some years, and until she lost. They said the main thing with diabetes, you got to keep your weight down. And right now I've lost 19 pounds, and I'm on the downward grade of losing the weight, so I won't have to be on the medication. But doctors say I'm doing good.
All right, Lou, I think we've got you taken care of. Right now, we're gonna take a small break, and when we come back, we're gonna get Jake in the kitchen to do what we do. So get your pen and pad ready. You're not gonna wanna miss these notes for this great meal. Stay tuned.
Treasures Jewelers, jewelers you can trust. Located at 4801 Outer Loop, Unit 216 in Jefferson Mall. Treasures Jewelers specializes in 10 karat and 14 karat gold fine jewelry and watches. Precious stones and sterling silvers, these are the best deals in town. Easy layaway and free financing up to 18 months. All diamond jewelry also up to 70% off. The unbeatable prices for solid 14 karat gold and 10 karat gold chains, charms, and bracelets. Treasures Jewelers, jewelers you can trust.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Chef K with Down and Out with Chef K. We're here with our first case study, Jake, who is a diabetic and also a kidney transplant recipient. He actually received his kidney transplant from his son-in-law, and so he makes him a very special case. We're also here to, we're gonna cook a very special meal for him, being a diabetic and has put on just a little bit of weight. We're going to prepare a meal that's going to help reduce some of his caloric intake, as well as something that's really gonna taste good and tickle his taste buds. Jake, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, I wanna thank you for allowing me into your home to do what I do. This is actually our first take of the show, so we want to thank you for also being a part of that. So would you mind sharing a little bit about your story as far as being a kidney transplant recipient?
Yeah. Well, first off, it started out with some medication. I started going to the doctor and having myself checked out, and he said that medication was making my kidneys bad. So he told me to get off of it. So, and at that time I wasn't thinking too much of it, but I started doing a little better. And I went to dialysis about three years. And after that, I checked around with my other children, and none of them were eligible. And then so one day my son-in-law come by and said, I'll give you a kidney. I said, you what? He said, yeah, I'll give you a kidney. So from that point on, at that particular time, we went to the hospital. And then it's like this now. But, you know, I thank God for all that went in all this when it works, because God had to have a hand in it. So we're doing good now. We're both on the upward grade.
Great, yeah. Great. Well, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into making the salad for you. You're gonna actually help me make the salad, okay? All right, Jake, here's what I need you to do for me. I need you to go ahead and get up about 5 strawberries and cut the tops off and quarter them for me.
All right.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna be making the vinaigrette in this bowl with some whole grain mustard, a little sweet chili sauce, some extra virgin olive oil, squeeze of lemon juice. So Jake, tell me, where'd you retire from?
Oh, I retired from NTS. That's people that on Lynn Station Road. They do a lot of construction and office buildings out there, and I was in a lot of construction.
So you said you have 5 girls, 5 daughters. What's that like, raising 5 daughters?
Well, it was rough, really, but I enjoyed it. I loved them, and we grew up together. We went fishing, picnicking, whatever, and we just stayed together. Mm-hmm. And the wife worked at night, and I worked at day, so it worked out really good. Now
is I'm going to take the greens actually themselves and place them inside the bowl and toss them so that they'll all be well coated in our salad. And then what I'm going to do, After I toss these, just let these kind of marinate a little bit for a second. You can go ahead and throw your strawberries in there for me, please. I'm going to add some orange segments. So what are some of the difficulties in being a diabetic?
Kind of got to watch your sugar input and watch a lot of what you eat. And you eat a certain time exposed to, a lot of us diabetics, we always have a tendency to not follow through with everything, but you pay in the end if you do. You do them things you ain't supposed to do.
Hey guys, let's go into a teaching point right now about the salad. We've got wild spring mix, we've got whole grain mustard, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, sweet chili sauce, fresh herbs, and olive oil. Did you know that whole grain mustard is one of the most commonly used binders in salad dressings known in the culinary world? Dark blueberries. The reason why I use dark blueberries is because they're high in flavonoids and also because they reduce insulin sensitivity in obese men and women. So as you can see, dark blueberries are very beneficial when preparing a diabetic meal. Just gonna build everything right in the center of the plate.
Oh, okay.
For you.
Looks good too.
And right at the end, we're gonna make everything look nice. Make everything right there on top. What we're gonna finally add at the end is some herbs of rosemary and fresh thyme. I like to use fresh herbs in my dishes because fresh herbs have medicinal purposes as well as add a little zing to your whatever it is you're using it for. I'm gonna have that there, and there's your finished salad. You have a field green salad with orange segments, fresh strawberries and red onions with a citrus spicy vinaigrette.
Okay.
Now get in there, Jake. Press the fork down. There you go. Get some strawberries and everything on there. Get your
I like the dressing.
You like that dressing?
That's good.
It's good. It's good. Wonderful. Now tell me, Jake, do you like chicken?
Good man. Oh, I love chicken. Yes.
Great. Well, when we come back, we'll start an exciting chicken dish for you called Hawaiian chicken with a pineapple salsa.
Oh. All right.
Great.
Sounds good.
Great. We'll be right back after we pay some bills. Welcome back to Down and Out with Chef K. We're here with Carrie and Jake. Jake, how's that salad?
That's delicious. That's great.
Good. How you like that dressing?
Oh, that dressing is really great.
It's not too spicy, is it?
No, it is real good. That's the first time I had that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Carrie is an actual donor of the kidney to Jake. And actually, you're Jake's son-in-law.
Yes.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. So tell me a little bit about how did you come about being able to know that you're a match for a kidney?
Well, they test everyone. And they'll tell you is yours matched or yours didn't match. Well, I just happened to be the one that matched. And it was kind of weird. I was kind of nervous. I said, oh, I'm the match? And but I said, he needs a kidney. They assured me that I could give a kidney and still have a healthy life myself, so it was no problem giving the kidney to him.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what do you do for a living?
Oh, I drive for UPS.
Okay, great. Well, what we're about to do now is Jake go ahead and finish his enjoying his salad. This is we're going to go into the next dish. Our next dish is going to be some Hawaiian chicken with a pineapple relish or salsa. And we're going to go ahead and get started with that right now. If you would go ahead and cut the tops off the asparagus, that's going to be our vegetable for the dish. I'll go right into chopping the pineapple for our salsa. I am really loving this family right now. Could you imagine being a son-in-law, giving not your father, but your father-in-law your kidney? I'm just really in love with this family right now. There's such a great bond between Carrie and Jake. It's just unbelievable. So tell me a little bit about UPS.
Well, it's a good job. You drive around, you deliver packages, you meet lots of different people, and it's a really good job. Pays well.
Oh, that's always good.
Excellent.
That's always good. So, what's one of your do you have a specific route or?
Yes, I just came up on a route this year. Well, last year. Exactly. I worked there for 15 years and I just got my own route 2 years ago.
So you're a family man?
Yes, sir. 2 kids and a wife. 2 girls and a wife.
2 girls and a wife.
Yes.
Wow. I have a daughter myself. I know that they can be a handful.
A handful. I have a house full. Handful.
Wonderful. If you want to go ahead and finish cutting just those last few asparagus spears for us, I'm just chopping up some pineapple here for our pineapple salsa. Here I'm adding just a little bit of red peppers. Now I'm going to just give it just a little bite with some green onions. The reason why I use green onions is because it's a lot milder than white or red onions. Put those right inside there. And then we're going to take just a little fresh cilantro. Cilantro is a pungent herb. I'm going to just give it a smell there. It's kind of strong. It's got a little twang on it, but it's going to give the pineapple salsa a real zing. So Jake, what kind of chicken dishes do you like?
Oh, I love all kinds of chicken dishes. As a matter of fact, I can enjoy chicken 7 days a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I love them fried, baked, all.
Now, is fried a good word for a diabetic?
No, it isn't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just finishing up our little salsa here. All healthy. I just sprinkled in my own special herb seasoning. You can make your own herb seasonings at home. A lot of people make them by just adding salt, pepper, maybe some cumin, maybe some cayenne pepper, just whatever you like to. Just something to have around, you know, that you like, and not necessarily just all salt and pepper. Now, Carrie, if you would want to go ahead and cut those red peppers into some matchsticks for us on your cutting board, right there at the top. You can even cut it a little bit thicker if you like.
All right.
Now, what I've prepared already is the chicken. Inside this bag is chicken breast. It's been sliced thin. I have papaya juice, mango juice, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, and to this I'm going to add. And I've left this in the bag overnight, and I'm going to put this in a bowl, and I'm going to add my aromatics to it. What aromatics are and what they do is they add a flavor and a little bit more edge to your dish. We're going to add a little bit of fresh garlic and some more of our chopped herbs of thyme and rosemary. Just right there to our chicken. And one of the things I like to do in my style of cooking is I like to recycle the menu items. You know, in gourmet cooking, a lot of people think that you have to have a lot of different dishes. You have to have a kitchen stock full of all these different types of ingredients and those type of things. But if you already notice, we're using the red pepper that we use in the salsa. That's going to also go with the vegetable for the chicken. And we also are using the herbs that we use for the salad. And we're also using fresh garlic in with the chicken as well. So I'm just going to mix that in really good. Get that really nice and coated. And then we're going to make our way over to the stove. Where we're going to cook these dishes. And
How long do they have to cook?
Well, because this is sliced really thin, each side will probably take about 3 to 4 minutes each side at medium to high heat. And we want to make sure we put it on medium to high heat so that we can get that good caramelization on the dish. We're going to start with a very hot pan and some extra virgin olive oil, as extra virgin olive oil is the best suited oil for diabetics to cook in. And because the pan is hot, because what we want it to do is caramelize or get some color on the chicken so that it changes the actual flavor. Here I have Chef K's special seasoning. We're going to start with that on the chicken. Toss that up. Chicken that we've already marinated overnight. I'm just going to place that in the pan, and when you place it in the pan, you place it away from yourself as to not splatter on yourself, okay? See that? It's going to be really hot. Get all that going inside there. Make you a little nervous, all this popping going on, don't it, Doc?
Yeah.
You all right?
Oh yeah, I got a few bumps.
That's all right, but don't get caught on fire now, Doc. We're gonna move this out of our way because we're gonna go ahead and go right into cooking our vegetables as well. Here we have the vegetables that your son-in-law has prepared for us. And again, what we're going to do is recycle some of the same items that we use. This time what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of our fresh garlic and fresh herbs. We're gonna go ahead and add our red peppers and our red onions. I'm gonna step away for just a second. I'm gonna get some sauce to add to the asparagus so that we can get a little bit more flavor and color on those vegetables. All right. Okay. What I'm about to do now is I'm going to add some fresh squeezed lemon juice and orange juice to help steam this asparagus. All right. I'll turn the heat up a little bit more just to make sure that it's nice and colorful. Asparagus will start to become nice and bright.
Oh yeah.
One of the main things with once they begin to turn that nice, beautiful green, they're just about done. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, you just want to cook them until you activate the color. All right. See those vegetables and that lemon juice and orange juice is all coming together. That garlic has roasted really well in there. Let's go ahead and hit it with a little bit of my special seasoning. Emerald has a bam. I'm just going to say blam.
All right.
Okay. So, all right. We've now finished our Hawaiian chicken with pineapple salsa. We're going to go ahead and have Jake add the finishing touch to add the salsa on right on top of the chicken. Go ahead and put some more on there. Just dump it right on this. Don't be shy. Got a whole lot there. There we go. Give me one more. Very good. Very good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some of our Hawaiian marinade we had left and just drizzle it right around the plate. Going to poke just a little bit of fresh thyme in there as our garnish. Voila. And no dish is complete without dessert. And today I've had Jake's granddaughters helping me in the kitchen all day, who is bringing out the dessert that I made, which is a diabetic peach crisp, where I've used only organic brown sugar. I've used whole wheat teff flour, not white flour, and just a little bit of thick rolled oats with some sugar-free vanilla ice cream. I'm so excited. We've come to the end of another episode. To God be the glory. Hey, check this out. This is only the beginning. We've got over 9 episodes to go. So what I need you to do is stay tuned in to WBNA 21 every Sunday at 3:30. And also, direct your attention to my website, www.chefkevinnelson.com. There you'll get a chance to win prizes, enter contests, and also possibly be on the show. So go to my website, www.chefkevinnelson.com.